Are you looking for a way to create designs quickly? Well, in this video, I'm going to show you how I create designs for my own business in under 10 minutes. What's up, guys? My name is Nate Hibbert, and this is Wingman University, where I will be showing you guys how to quickly and efficiently create designs for your print-on-demand business. We're going to have episodes come out weekly, so you can hit that subscribe button and turn on your notifications so you can actually see when we're putting up these new episodes. In today's video, we are going to be designing, but before we jump into that, I just want to explain to you guys a little bit about the process of what I'm about to do. I personally start with research because I think that as running a print-on-demand business, it's very important to know that I'm not just putting time and effort into designs that I think look cool, but they actually have some reason for being designed, and that is the market telling us that people are buying designs like this. I do that research on Amazon because I just think it's a great database to be able to type in a few words and see exactly what customers are actively buying and actually have numbers and data to go off of. So that's where we're going to begin this video, and then I'll jump into Spark and actually create a design taking inspiration from what's already there, and then we'll have our design for our print-on-demand business all in under 10 minutes. So let's go ahead and get started. Here we are inside of Amazon. We're on this results page, Hoppy Easter shirt, which I vetted with our Wingman 5-step test. If you want to know more about that, you can check the link in the description. But we're going to be looking at this page and looking at what patterns we see on this page, and specifically patterns for things like color, for the types of sayings on the designs, and for the icons or imagery that they're using as well. If we can get an idea of those types of patterns for a page like this, then we can take all of that as inspiration and use it when we're designing our own inside of Spark. So that's what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be scrolling up and down on this page, looking at the first thing I usually look at is color. So we're seeing lots of blue shirts, and yes, these designs are offered on more than just blue shirts, but again, we have to remember that Amazon is trying to put in front of the customer what they're going to purchase. So they've done a ton of research. They have all their bots and everything working to tell us that customers like this blue color, that they're more likely to buy when they're seeing this blue color. But as we're seeing lots of blue colors, so we can kind of take note of that, and also that Easter kind of has its own color palette, so we can use some more vibrant colors in our designs if we so happen to. And the next thing that we're going to be looking at is the text here. So we're seeing Hoppy Easter, which is good because, again, remembering that's the results page that we're going after, Hoppy Easter shirt. So we're probably going to see a lot of that saying here, and we are seeing that represented quite a few times. So that would be something that I would do trademark research on, which we also have a video for. You can check the link in the description where we talk about how we use tangent tests to do our trademark research. So we kind of know the color is blue. We know the text we want to use is Hoppy Easter, and the last thing we're looking for is the imagery. So we're seeing cartoon bunnies hopping. We're seeing these cartoon bunny ears, nothing too photorealistic, but the ears and an actual like bunny. This one actually has an Easter egg as well. We're taking inspiration, but again, we're not trying to copy any one of these exactly. Bunnies with these little hopping lines, bunny ears, and bunnies with eggs. For whatever reason, that's an Easter thing, so we can use all that to our knowledge when we actually go to design, which we're going to do inside of Spark. I personally find that it's hard for me to just keep all that imagery in mind, so usually what I'm doing is making a split screen here. So I can drag this to one side, open up this web browser on the other, and now I have the ability to look at these designs as I'm actually creating my design. And usually I try to focus in on one. So I kind of like this idea of the bunny ears being on this O. That's not going to be the only thing I do, but taking that as the biggest inspiration for our design here allows me to just work a little bit more efficiently. And again, that's what we're trying to do, work quickly and efficiently. So when I'm starting to design on Adobe Spark, I usually start with the text. So that's the first thing I'm going to add is the text. And it feels weird to be doing this without trademark, so please, if you are doing this for yourself, do your trademark research before you even add the text to the artboard. But that's how we're starting today. So I've got my text in here now, and I want to remove the background on this. Adobe automatically puts that background on there, but I kind of want to start from scratch from this design. And this is where I'm trying to find the font that I want to use and just get a feel for how I can add the text into this page. I think the first thing I want to do is actually edit this and change this all to be capitalized. So I'm going to go ahead and delete out that and make sure that this is all capitalized, because I think it will just look better on the shirt. So there we go, Hoppy Easter. And now I'm going to play with some different fonts. I kind of have three that I usually go to. This first one, BN regular, I actually really like that, so I'm just going to stick with it. Again, trying to be quick and efficient here, so not spending all day switching back and forth. If you have a few fonts that you like to go to, that's really good. I personally do have those three, and so that's kind of the three that I just start with, and then if I'm not happy with those three, then I'll move on, but those are definitely the first three I check. So this design's already kind of coming together. What I just did there, I should probably address. It was aligned center, but I've been working on balance inside of designs a lot, and I'm not happy with the extra space that's on either side. It kind of looks, it's symmetrical, but it looks a little unbalanced. It looks top heavy to me. So usually what I do is go to capitalize and fit, but I've been trying to push myself out of my comfort zone and not do this as much. So I will align this over to the left, and then I know graphically we're going to be adding a few things. It's not just going to be the ears that we put on top of the O. I want to add some more things to make this design more mine, and because it's fairly quick and easy to do that still. It's not like we're spending a bunch of time to design out other elements. We're just going into the icons and typing it in, which it couldn't be faster than that. So I'm going to add some ears up here, try to find something else to balance out this top of this design, and then maybe add something to the bottom just to make sure we have some graphical elements kind of all over this thing. So that's going to be the next thing I do, is go to the icons. I already had bunny ears in here because I've been working on Easter stuff. And so we're going to use these ears. This is something I've been really happy with, but I probably should point out that my mantra for all of designing is to keep things bold, clean, and simple. So while there are a lot of different bunny ears that we could select from, I found that most of these, because they're just like lines, don't stand out all that well on t-shirts. So I'm looking for things that are bold, clean, and simple that are going to really jump out. And I found that these ears are kind of exactly what I'm looking for. Like I said, I've been working on some Easter stuff, so I am going to these, but hopefully as you guys start designing more and more, you'll have your go-to imagery and just start to use those couple and not be looking at the thousands and thousands of designs that are actually available inside of Spark. So I've got my ears on the O. Like, that was pretty simple, right? Click and drag that in. I'm actually going to move those behind this O so they just look a little bit more uniformed with the whole design, which I like. And then again, we're going to try and find something over here on the right-hand side of this design, on the upper side of this design, to keep it balanced. And we did note in the results page that eggs were a thing, so we're going to go here and we're going to type in Easter eggs. And as I'm doing this, as you're seeing me move maybe a little fluidly through this tool, I don't want you guys to get like freaked out. And so the way that I try to explain that to people is like, it's basically like learning a new language. When you're starting to learn a language, you kind of get to learn the alphabet of the language, and then you learn these sentences, and then you learn how to like have a conversation with somebody. So it's the same thing that I've done inside of Spark, where you learn where all the tools are, then you learn how, like, what those tools are capable of, and then you kind of just learn how to use those tools like in what order. So it is pretty fluid. And my suggestion for you guys to get to that point is, one, just use the tool as much as you can if this is something you want to do for your own business. But two, we also have a course where I am teaching you guys to do that step by step. And so if you want to check that out, there is a link down below for a course on our website that will walk you through that. We've set it up in a pretty cool way. I'm pretty proud of it. So if you guys want to go check that out, it is available for you guys. So now that I've got two elements in place, like I said, I want to add something here to the bottom to make this feel a little bit more balanced down here, because this word just feels kind of naked down here. So what I've done in the past, and something that I really like for Easter designs, is to add some grass down here at the bottom that will cover up just the bottom of the words Easter. So again, pointing out that we want to keep things bold, clean, and simple, and I want something that's going to be long enough to cover everything here. But nothing inside of here is probably going to be good enough to cover the entire thing. Like, if I try to cover this up, you're basically losing the identity of the word. So we're going to go back into the icons, and I'm going to use this one on the top left. Like I said, I've done this quite a bit, so I know which ones I want to use already. But I like this grass, and it will allow me to actually layer this on top of each other, or create duplicates of it and use them next to each other. So I'm going to move this into the position that I like, at a sizing that I like, and then just duplicate this out and drag it down the line, which Adobe actually helps us line all that up with those very helpful blue lines that pop up. So I'm just going to do that a few times until I've covered the whole word. And the reason I specifically like this grass is because in the design itself, it's already overlapping a lot, so it doesn't look weird when we go ahead and duplicate this But I would say that's a fairly good design for, again, trying to keep things quick and efficient while improving on what we started with, which is this Hoppy Easter with just the bunny ears on there. Now if I look at these ears, they're a little big, so just going to fidget with those a second. And then the last thing that we're trying to look at is the color. So we know that blues are very popular, and Easter colors are usually bright and vibrant, kind of the primary colors. So what I'm going to do, instead of going in and editing every single element inside of this design, is use the palettes that are built into Adobe Spark. So I'm going to be looking for a palette that I think has some blues in there, but also has some other vibrant colors that could work well. So I'm just going to click this, and already off the bat, I think that looks good. I think that this design will probably look good in any color scheme, so that's something that you could use to your advantage. I really like this blue on, or sorry, I really like this yellow on this blue background. But something you could try and do is just to have multiple versions of the same design and put them on different platforms to see which ones sell best. Because I think the layout of this design is really strong, but the color choices could make the difference whether customers want to buy it or not. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that design. If you'd like to see me make more things or check out more episodes, you can click here. And if you'd like to suggest what I could make in future, you can leave a comment down below and I'll read through those. But until next time, I'll see you guys around.